Hey, what's up guys? My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video I'm going to be answering some questions from my subscribers and followers here on YouTube. And the reason I'm doing this is because I recently passed 100 subscribers, so this is just kind of celebrating that and giving you guys an opportunity to get some of your questions answered. So I do want to thank you all for all your support, for subscribing and liking and commenting and just being very supportive. It's been greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would highly encourage you to do that. It would really help out the channel, and it's completely free. And also, liking the video is a great way to show your support as well. So please like the video. Thanks. So I got some questions from YouTube in the comment section, and on my Instagram I put up a question there, and so I got some questions there. So we'll go through the YouTube comments first, and then we'll go through the Instagram comments. So the first question is from Gen X Dividend Investor, and before I answer, I just want to give him a big shout out because he's just been really helpful. He has a great channel, and he has a lot of good info that has really helped me become a better investor, and he's given me a lot of tips about investing in YouTube. He actually was encouraging me to start the channel. I was really unsure if I wanted to, and he kind of pushed me in this direction, so I'm really thankful for that. And his question was, where are you filming your videos while at college, and remind me what college you go to. So I go to the University of Cincinnati. I'm a freshman and I'm studying computer engineering. And for where I'm filming my videos right now, the last few, I've just been filming in these rooms that are kind of near the lobby of my dorm room, or my dorm building, that is. And no one really comes over here, so it's normally pretty quiet. So that's nice. And I try to get into one of the other rooms, but oftentimes the lighting is like really bad there. And so the background is a lot nicer. This is just kind of like plain and white, but the lighting is good here, so that's why I come in here. And then the next question is from Keenan Grace. He is another YouTuber, and I don't know if this was supposed to be a question for the Q&A, but I'll answer it anyway. He said, which screen recording software are you using? So the software I use on my computer is called OBS. It's pretty basic, but it gets the job done for me, just to show you guys my portfolio and my spreadsheets and stuff like that. So that's what I'm using there. The next question actually comes from Keep the Change. He's another YouTuber I really like. I think he's getting close to 100 subscribers if he isn't already there, so definitely go subscribe to him and help him get there as well. And he asked me, what inspired you to do YouTube, and who are your favorite YouTubers? So I think, like I was saying, Gen X, he actually sort of inspired me a little bit to start YouTube. But I just always thought it would be kind of cool to do that, you know? And once I found like investing within the past year and sort of gained a passion for that, I just kind of want to share my experiences and what I'm doing with you guys, and also want to share some of the technical knowledge behind the spreadsheets and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of people are always wanting to learn how to make a better spreadsheet, so I'm always trying to share that info with you guys as well. And then as to my favorite YouTubers, I would say definitely Gen X Dividend Investor is one of my favorites. Like I said, he just has a lot of great info, and it's just really inspiring to see where he's at. And then I would say one of my other favorites is Jimmy from Learn to Invest. He's like deep into the financial world with his like actual education and background and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. He actually like was involved in the making of some sort of index fund or ETF or something like that. I forget exactly the details, but he's just really knowledgeable, and he has a lot of good information that he prepares and shares in a systematic way that's pretty easy to understand, so I like that. And then also Keep the Change, gotta shout you out, man. Again, I like your channel, and he a lot of the stock analyses he does is on more growth oriented stocks, but that's interesting for me to learn about because I don't know as much about those, so it's really interesting to hear what he has to say about different stocks. And most of the stocks he talks about actually aren't really as mainstream, so it's interesting to hear about those maybe not as known about stocks. So I appreciate that. So the next question is from Sean Kim, and he asked me what my thoughts are on BlackBerry stock. And I think that's because that was on the video that I did about Nokia stock. So that's probably why he asked, because were in the similar space back in the day. And I think that BlackBerry stock at this point for me is not something I would be interested in. Looking just at their 5-year or 10-year chart, it's really like gone downhill, similar to Nokia's though. And I looked at their financials a tad bit, and their balance sheet looks pretty good for me. Their current ratio and their total ratio is greater than 1. So that means they have more assets than liabilities, which is always good to see. I'll put up some screenshots of some stuff I was looking at. And then also, the other thing I saw that was concerning is they really haven't been profitable the last few years. They were profitable in like 2008, 2010 range when they were really at their peak. And then since then, they haven't really been profitable very much. So that's really something that concerns me, and that's probably the main reason I wouldn't want to invest there. And then Trading with CJ, another great channel. I think he's pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you aren't already subscribed, go subscribe. He talks a lot about UK stocks and just the stock market in the UK, which is interesting because I just don't know much about that. So it's cool to learn. And he asked me, do you plan on buying any UK stocks and what do you work as? So for me, I don't have any specific plans to buy any UK stocks. I mean, if I see something that looks really attractive, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm not really looking specifically for anything from the UK. And like a lot of my stocks, I feel like they are diversified throughout the world, so I don't really need to worry about that diversification. Like Procter & Gamble and, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, they're like so diversified throughout the world. I feel like that does a pretty good job already. And then for my work, I don't really have a job at the moment. The last few years I've worked at a welding shop near my house, but since I don't live near my house anymore, I don't do that. But I think I'm going to keep doing that like during winter break and stuff like that. And I also have a small side hustle I might be sharing with you guys soon because I think it's really good. For some people, I think it could be really good and a really good way to earn some extra income. The next question is from Don Gramado, and he asks, what is your long-term goal for your portfolio? So like living off of dividends or selling for capital gains. And I think, yeah, living off of dividends is really the goal in the end. But also, I will definitely have some other investments. Like I want to get into real estate at some point. So hopefully, I will never have to like completely live off the dividends, and it can just keep growing and someday like pass that down to my kids or some other family or friends, and just be able to help people out as much as possible. So it's really just, at this point I really don't know, but it's so early in the game, it's hard to tell. Camden Finance asked me who my idols are, and I really was kind of not sure of how to answer this question because I feel like an idol is someone you revere or like look up to as almost godly, and really aside from God himself, I don't think I really have any idols. I guess I would say I have a lot of people that I look up to a lot and have a lot of respect for, so I guess I'll talk about those. And for me, that's probably mostly just my parents and grandparents. They've been super inspiring to me, see how hard they've worked, and especially my grandparents, how hard they worked to get ahead in this country, and what they were able to make for themselves and their families is just really inspiring to see. And my parents just have always worked hard as well. And they gave me a good foundation for education and saving money and investing. Even though they're not really into individual stocks, the concept for them is the same. They're just into investing and saving money and being a bit frugal. And that's really why my dad is already retired in his early 50s. So that's really inspiring to see for me. Alright, so moving on to the questions from my Instagram. The first one is from Keenan Grace. He actually asked me a question on my Instagram as well, and he asked what my largest holding is. So that is pretty straightforward. It's just the Southern Company. That's the only utilities company I have, so that's probably why it's the largest. But I really like what they're doing with their nuclear energy plants, and they should have 2 more on the line by the end of 2021 and then 2022. So I'm excited to see how those go. And then Alex from Blood Phantom 81, he asked me the favorite part of being a college student. And I just think it would be the freedom, just being able to do what I want, I guess. And it's just I just feel more relaxed, I think, than before. I mean, I'm definitely like doing a lot of work and working on the YouTube channel and studying and stuff like that. But I don't know, it just seems more relaxed and more like I'm more in control, I guess, which is always nice. Then Jerry from GW ETF channel, he asks, how do you realistically picture your retirement? And that kind of goes back to the question before about my portfolio and the goals for that. And I'm really not sure at this moment, but I know in my retirement, I definitely want to do a lot of traveling, and hopefully I can do that with my family, whatever that looks like in the future, because I don't know, other parts of the world just sound so cool, and I've never really been outside North America, so I just really want to experience the different cultures and the different environments and nature and all that fun stuff. So I really want to do some traveling. And then Sabaway, he asked me 2 questions. So the first one was, do you play any video games? And I really don't play video games much, but the one video game I do play a little bit, it might be a bit embarrassing, but it's Fortnite. Sometimes, maybe once, maybe twice a week, I just play Fortnite a little bit, just kind of relax and just break up my week and give me something else to do. It's just, I'm really bad, but it's just fun for me to do, I guess. And then he also asked, how much money do you invest a month and what kind and how many incomes do you have? So right now, I don't really have any reliable income, that is. So I only invest about $40 a month, which is $10 a week. So it's really not that much at all, but I have like a fair bit of cash. So the reason for that is just because I don't really have a reliable income, like I said, and I have some expenses here and there that I need to take care of. So I want to keep that cash. And so basically my investment money, I'm just pulling out of that cash slowly, so it's dwindling down. But like I said, I should be working some over winter break, and I'm definitely going to get a job this summer, so I'll be able to invest some more. And most of that I make this summer will probably go to my Roth IRA for the next year, because I want to focus on that before my regular investments. So that's how much I invest. And for my income, I think I already answered that, but it's pretty much nothing reliable and just kind of here and there, maybe a little bit, but nothing reliable, like I said. And then the last one's from Ryan Giffen. He said, how much money do you need to retire? And I will say that is a great question because I really have no idea. I'm just, at this point, like I said, I don't really have many expenses, and I'm sure my expenses are going to change a lot over the next like 5 or 10 years. So how much money I really need in retirement is largely based off of what my expenses are, I think. So I really don't have a basis point of where my expenses are where I can figure out how much I need. But right now I'm just working to getting as much as possible, I guess. So that's where I'm at now. So that's all the questions I got. So that means that's all the questions I can answer. And so the quote of the video is, the poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. And if you don't know that quote is from Robert Kiyosaki, who is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's probably one of the most successful financial literacy books there is. I think he's sold over 40 million copies in the last 20 or 30 years. So that's really what this channel is all about, is about getting your money to work for you. So that really resonated with me. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for all your support, for liking and subscribing, and just for being there for me. I'm really thankful for this first 100 subscribers, but I can't wait for the next 100 and any more after that. So thank you very much.